Terrible Tudors, gorgeous Georgians, slimy Stuarts, while Victorian, woeful wars, ferocious fights, stingy castles, daring knights, horrors that defy description, cutthroat council, bull Egyptian, vicious Vikings, cruel crime, punishment from ancient times, Roman, rotten, rank and ruthless, cavemen, savage, fierce and toothless, groovy Greeks, rainy sages, medium between Middle Ages, gory stories, we do that, and your host are talking rats. The past is no longer a mystery. Welcome to Horrible Histories. Vile Victorians.
Queen Victoria's coronation was a truly grand occasion, as you'd expect, but there were a few hiccups. Good day.
You join us on this splendid summer's day in 1838 in London's Westminster Abbey to celebrate the coronation of our new Queen Victoria at the tender age of 18.
Now, parade.
The Archbishop now moves to place the coronation ring on Victoria's finger.
Oh, that's the wrong finger.
Sorry.
Oh dear, the ring would seem to be well and truly stuck.
Oh, Archbishop, you're hurting me. Ow.
Terribly sorry.
And now with the ring on the right finger, Victoria receives the royal crown.
I now pronounce you Queen of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, the Duke of Lancaster and the Duke of Cornwall.
Really?
That's what it says here.
And next, in accordance with the great traditions of the land, it's time for the British lords to touch the new Queen's crown.
Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you. Now get lost.
And coming up the stairs, it's 82-year-old Lord Roll.
Congratulations, ma'am.
Oh, and there goes Lord Roll, rolling down the stairs. And now, as is customary, the Queen's treasurer scatters gold and silver medals amongst the lordly congregation.
Ow.
Touching scenes indeed.
One is most terribly amused.
As a child, Victoria suffered from episcophobia, a fear of bishops. Just as well she got over it before she was crowned, or her coronation would have been even sillier. Oh, help, it's a bishop! Oh, help, it's a bishop! Oh, calm, dear. In 1840, Victoria married Prince Albert, and he wasn't a very popular choice. Oh, no.
Cedric, look, have you ever seen anything so ridiculous in your entire life?
Oh, my giddy aunt. Don't these people have mirrors?
And he's married to the Queen.
Maybe moustaches are big in Germany.
Well, they're certainly not over here. And he wonders why he's so unpopular with the British public, wandering around with that ludicrous bogey buffer stretched across his face. Oh, look, army types. They're always up for a laugh. Come on. I say, chaps, have you seen Prince Albert's ludicrous moustache?
I beg your pardon?
I said, how are you?
No, you didn't. Do I look like an idiot to you?
A little bit. Around the lips.
Sort of in this area right here, sort of thing.
For your information, gentlemen, moustache is the very height of fashion.
Clearly you chaps haven't been involved in the Crimean campaign. Skin infections caused by razor cuts had our soldiers dropping like flies over there, so us officers stopped shaving, grew our facial hair, soon the men followed suit. And now we're back here, the craze is spreading like wildfire.
You were saying?
Dear Cedric, it would appear that you and I are suddenly deeply unfashionable.
Speak for yourself, mate. Gentlemen.
Rotten Romans.
Hi, I'm a shouty man, and I'm here to tell you about New Roman Dog, the cuddly companion who puts the fur into multi-purpose. Do you have a wart? Oh, I'll take that as a yes. But don't worry, help is at paw. Simply mix some wee-wee from New Roman Dog with some mud, apply to the affected abomination, and your wart will disappear, meaning you're in great shape. I made a joke with words.
It's still there.
It's only a little dog, mate. And if your affliction is more serious than a wart, then Roman Dog is here to help. An all-over body rub-down with a puppy is the perfect canine cure for all manner of illness. Feeling better, love?
Actually, I do feel a bit better for that.
That's because Gavin here has cured you.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And New Roman Dog doesn't stop at curing illness. Oh no, he'll also howl if someone has died. Either you cured her or you didn't, Gavin. You can't have it both ways. And even when your doggy dies, he's still as useful as ever! In fact, the gallbladder of a black dog is a valued ingredient in all sorts of magic.
Mystical spirits, bring my dog back to life. Probably shouldn't have taken his gallbladder out.
And the blood from new Roman dog placed under the threshold of your house will keep away evil spirits. Ooh. Sorry, mate, we've got dog's blood. Try next door. See? So get your new Roman dog today. You'd be barking mad not to. And don't worry, the dog's fine. Never leave me, Gavin.
Romans also believed that if you'd been bitten by a mad dog, then you could be cured by using the hair of the dog that bit you. Though just how you're meant to get a hair off the mad dog without getting bitten again is anyone's guess. Yes, those Romans believed in some pretty crazy cures.
Ah, come in.
Thank you. I seek the wisdom of the wisest Roman of all, Marcus Porcius Cato, revered soldier, esteemed statesman, and venerated thinker.
And cabbage farmer, what's the problem?
Well, I'm looking for a cure for my ill son.
Yes, he does look a bit peaky.
Yes, his glands are up around his neck.
Well, you know what's good for that, don't you? A cabbage. Get that down here, boy. That'll soon stop the swelling.
See, I'm not sure that's going to work.
It looks like he's got the sweats, too. Cabbage should cool him down.
Actually, I'm not sure.
Best thing for it.
Do you know, I don't think this was actually a very good idea.
Oh, has he got a rash on his neck? To get rid of that, take one cabbage after every meal. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and one before you go to bed. Help you get off to sleep. Everyone knows that cabbages are good for insomnia.
I think we're actually going to leave it there.
Oh, hey now. Are you casting doubt on the wonder drug powers of the cabbage?
Yes, I am. And I think all of the great medics of Rome would share that opinion.
Well, they're idiots.
And in the case of my son, we were strongly advised against cabbages.
Why in Jupiter's name would they do that?
He's allergic to cabbages.
I think I have a cure for that. Soup. Hot cabbage soup. I'll go make it up a pot.
Oh, you dropped one.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's all the cabbages I've been eating.
Gorgeous Georgians!
In Georgian times, guests at a dinner party would think it was normal behaviour to do what when they needed a wee? A. Wee outside. B. Wee in the dining room. Or C. Hold it until they got home. The answer is B. They stayed in the dining room and weed in a potty while still joining in the conversation. Yes, Georgian dinner parties really could be pretty strange.
Previously on Georgian Come Dine With Me, George III served up a plate of branches.
Welcome to my dining room. Now, who wants a steak from my beef tree?
Oh, of all the fathers in all the world, he had to be mine.
Friend of the Prince Regent and famous dandy Beau Brummel didn't have time to serve anything at all, but looked absolutely gorgeous after taking his usual 5 hours to get dressed.
Ta-da! Oh, I don't believe it. One of my cuffs is a millimetre longer than the other. Do you chaps mind if I change?
Yes!
And famous traveller, surgeon and entrepreneur Dean Mahomet brought the others to the first ever Indian restaurant in London, where they experienced a rare treat called curry.
I fear the taste may be a little strong for the British palate. It's unlikely to find many fans over here.
Are you going to finish that?
It's day 4, and with his guests on the way, the Prince Regent and future George IV heads down to the kitchen. But he's got some bad news for his chef.
Basically, everyone's favourite prince is horribly in debt, so tonight if you could just give us the absolute basic minimum. Okay, 60 courses of the finest European cuisine. Got to tighten one's belt while the money's short, and Dad's still got control of the royal purse. No, my luck, he's probably eaten it.
George's personal cook is celebrity chef Antonin Carême, the man who invented haute cuisine.
Yes, Antonin's worked for all the greats. Me, Napoleon, the Tsar of Russia. Me.
Good food can be very simple. Take ma vol au vent.
Don't mind if I do.
Breadcrumbs, mushrooms, nutmeg, cream, lobster tails, chicken jellies, calves' udders, lamb's glands, sheep's brain.
Yes, what simple dish isn't complete without a bit of sheep's brain? Don't think George likes it. The Prince Regent's guests have arrived and are ready to eat, although King George is having trouble parking his invisible kangaroo.
Whoa, kangaroo! Down, boy!
As usual, the meal is served à la française, which means put everything on the table and grab whatever you possibly can.
Oi, save some for me.
Chillax, George, there are 60 courses. Time for those all-important scores. It's a stylish 7 from Beau Brummel.
The food was awful.
But as he'll be needing help from the Prince Regent to open a bathhouse in Brighton, Dean Mahomet's given him a 10. And it's a chicken from George III, meaning the winner of the £1,000 is...
It's me! I won! Yes! Get in so much! Yes, I can finally start paying off my debts! Oh, thank you. I promise to use this money responsibly. Or we could all go for supper. On me.
Dean Mahomet opened some steam baths in Brighton where he treated people for all sorts of ailments using herbs and vapours. He even treated George IV. He was known as a pooing surgeon. No, wait a minute. Sorry, that's not right, is it? I meant to say shampooing surgeon. Actually, should we just take that again?
Groovy Greeks.
Alexander the Great of Macedonia really didn't hang around. By the age of 22, he'd conquered virtually the whole of Greece, but he just couldn't stop expanding his empire. Some people are never happy.
Are you fed up now you've finished Alexander's Conquest of Greece board game? Why stop there? Keep adding to your empire with the all-new Persia expansion.
This new Persia expansion game is awesome! I'm gonna fight an army of 1 million men. 1 million sounds a bit hard.
Yes! Eat my army! I've conquered Persia! Game over!
Oh no.
Wait a minute, guys. Game's not over yet.
That's right, sir. Just when you think you can pack up and go home, you'll be made to play Alexander's new conquest, the Egypt expansion board.
Are you sure it's just getting late?
Yeah, just maybe we should quit while it's still fun. Well, I'm having fun. And it's my game.
Yes, fun game.
Yay!
Oh, look. I've just conquered Egypt.
Oh no! Game over!
No!
That's right, sir. Alexander's Conquest of Greece, Persia and Egypt expansion comes with a Conquest of India expansion board too.
Oh, come on.
I only really came round to conquer Persia, so...
I want to conquer India now.
Yeah, that could take a while. Did say I'd pick my sister up from the swimming
pool. Oh, look! We've just been attacked by elephants.
What is an elephant?
Okay, but once we conquer India, then can we go home? Because I've got... What do you think?
You've guessed it. Alexander's Conquest of Greece, Persia, Egypt and India expansion comes with a To the Ends of the Earth expansion board.
We are going to keep playing this game until this board covers the whole world. Guys?
Alexander's Conquest of Greece, Persia, Egypt and India with the To the Ends of the Earth expansion board game. Play it until no one will play with you anymore.
Right, who is that voice?
Alexander's empire was huge and stretched over 5 million square kilometres, which is massive. Almost as big as Alexander's ego. Yes, that Alexander really was quite a character.
Alexander is my name, Macedonia's most famous commander. History calls the great, but I prefer the greatest. A king aged only 20 when my dad assassinated. Advisors called for calm, but frankly peace is overrated. Crushed rebels in Greek city-states, so thousands of the martyrs. Made short labor of my neighbors, and that was just for starters. Full-time fighter, made my home rule secure, but that wasn't enough. I wanted more. And so began my master plan to conquer by invasion. I started with Dad's enemy, the famous Persian nation. Ruler Darius had far more troops and inconvenience, but I won then thrashed Egypt. I'm a military genius. Founded Egypt's Alexandria, named for the greatest man alive. I was now Pharaoh and king of Persia, not bad for 25. Alexander, victorious fighter. The greatest sounds flat. How about the living God? Yeah, I'll buy that. My loyal followers said that's the stuff, but I, a born warrior, said it's not enough. Let's take India. Last man, there's a fool. Started wearing Persian clothes. Boy, I looked so cool, but made my troops suspicious. Men called me too ambitious, said they wouldn't follow me. Guitar solo, Ptolemy. Because of me, Ptolemy, he'll go far. He'll found the dynasty that ends with Cleopatra. Then there's Hephaestion, my best friend, of course. Unless you count Bucephalus, but he's a horse. Why the long face, my friend? Anyway, together it was going grand, till Hefenbusi died and my men took a stand. I wanted to continue, but my hands were tied, so I sat in my tent and I cried. Alexander, no more a fighter. Adventures had to stop because 323 BC saw me drop dead.
Potty pioneers! It's 1928, and historical grime fighters Lou and Dave have come to the laboratory of scientist Alexander Fleming in St Mary's Hospital, London.
Yeah, I've had problems with Mr. Fleming before. He's a brilliant scientist, supposedly. But he's not a brilliant tidy-upper, I can tell you that for nothing. Oh, crikey, this is worse than your bedroom, this is, Dave. There's dirty pots and dishes everywhere, full of highly infectious bacteria. I don't believe this, Dave. He's been experimenting with bacteria, and then he's gone on holiday without tidying up after himself first. There's mould in that petri dish. Oh, here he comes. Dr. Dolittle. What's going on? Tell you what's going on, mate. You're going to clean up this laboratory, starting with that mould there. Extraordinary. Not really, mate. That's what happens when you go on holiday and leave your dirty dishes.
No, look, the Staphylococci bacteria in this is completely normal, right? Whereas in this dish, it's been destroyed by the mould. Do you know what this means?
Blooming strong mould.
Exactly. I must grow some more.
Don't think so, mate. Dave, the mould killer.
No, stop. Look, you don't understand, right? This mould stops other bacteria from growing. I mean, this could be a really important medical discovery. One day we could use this to treat infections.
Ah, right. Doctor, I'm feeling really ill. That's all right. Here's some mould.
I reckon I'll win a prize for this one day.
Yeah, you will, mate. The Filthiest Laboratory Award, 1928. Here's your award. Right, come on, Dave. Let's get out of here.
I'd like to thank my mum for never making me clean my room.
Disgusting. It's enough of your jibber-jabber, Dave.
Dr. Fleming had actually discovered penicillin, an antibiotic which is still widely used today. And in 1945, he shared a Nobel Prize. I've grown plenty of mould and I've never been given a prize for it. Back in the early 1900s, another potty pioneer was making his name.
Hello. I'm here to pitch one of the greatest adventure stories in history. My team's journey to Antarctica.
Listen, Scotty, at the Antarctic, the last thing we want to hear is a boring story about a bunch of guys who got to the South Pole second and then all froze to death on the way home.
Talk about a story without any warmth.
Depressing.
No, I think there's been some confusion. I'm not Scott. Scott died on his way back from the South Pole in 1912.
Ah, you must be Amundsen, the Norwegian guy who got there 33 days before Scott. Now, that's more interesting. Apparently, he used dogs to pull the sledges.
With his talking dog?
Lady and the Tramp go skiing? It's a yes from me.
No, I'm not Amundsen either. I'm Ernest Shackleton.
So you weren't first or second to the South Pole?
Well, actually, my team never made it at all.
Oh, great. Because films about massive losers who don't achieve anything make such big hits.
How close did you get?
About 200 miles.
Is this a comedy?
No, it's a thrilling adventure.
Oh, beam me up, Scotty of the Arctic. I want out of this meeting.
So our voyage of discovery was something of a failure, but it's what happened next. That's the amazing story. Our ship, the Endurance, got stuck in the ice for 9 months. Eventually, the force of the ice cracked the hull of the ship and we had to abandon it. Leaving most of the men behind on the frozen beach, 6 of us went for help in a small rowing boat.
Okay, you got my attention.
We traveled for 800 miles in 2 weeks in the most horrendous conditions.
conditions.
And then what happened?
We landed on the island of South Georgia, where we knew there was a whaling station, but we were on the wrong side of the island. In our way was a huge mountain range. Incredibly, 3 of us managed to make it across and charter a boat to rescue the rest of the men. Amazingly, every single one of them survived!
Yes!
Hooray! They're alive! They're alive!
Kid, you got yourself a movie deal.
Oh, thank you.
I assume everybody lived happily ever after.
Actually, no. Most of them were called up and killed a couple of years later in the First World War.
Well, there goes the sequel.
It's a no from me.
You got 3 no's. Thanks for coming.
Right, fine, I'm off.
Better hurry up or the Norwegian team will beat you.
That was the other guy.
He's going outside for a walk. He may be sometime.
The other guy!
I found him very cool.
Chilling.
Savage Stone Age. Early man, good at music. Neanderthal even make flute 40,000 years ago.
Available at last from Neanderthal Records. Now that's what me call music. The first ever musical notes played on the first ever musical instrument. A hollowed out animal bone, collected together on one unforgettable album.
Now that's what me call music.
Music good, me like.
Featuring the groundbreaking 3 notes in any old order.
Oh, beautiful.
The remarkable 4 notes in any old order.
Oh, very good.
And the smash hits, smash hits.
Broken.
Now that's what me call music. Available while Neanderthals last.
What do you mean? While Neanderthals last?
What this?
It's true. A flute made from animal bone is thought to be the oldest musical instrument in the world. That's if you don't count the bum trumpet. Ah, sweet music. Stone Age man had many uses for animal bones, and they came from some very unusual animals.
Hello, I'm an overexcitable wildlife presenter.
And I'm an even more overexcitable wildlife presenter.
And I'm really excited today.
Though not as excited as me.
Because we're here in Stone Age times for a really special edition of Historical Spring Watch. We're in the Pleistocene era, where we've got hidden cameras deep inside the habitats of this era's most extraordinary animals.
They really are extraordinary.
I just said that.
Sorry.
Let's take a look at the Toxodon. The Toxodon is a giant, free-toed mammal. It's a sort of a cross between a hippopotamus and a gerbil. Imagine that, a sort of giant, hairy hippo. Well, you don't have to imagine it, because we're going to see one any second now. Oh, it seems the Toxodon's been eaten by an early man.
That's exciting to see too. Homo sapiens surviving by making use of any food available to him. Well, not to worry, because we've got plenty of other breathtaking giant mammals for you.
So let's take a look at the Megatherium we've been following. This sloth can grow up to 6 meters long. And we've been following this guy for more than... Oh, he's done it again.
Can we check out the other cameras? He's scoffed the lot.
If he carries on like this, early man's going to end up killing off all these fantastic mega animals. Well, not on my spring watch, let me tell you. Oi, you there! Did you never stop to think that people in the future might actually want to see giant panthers, giant sloths, even giant saber-toothed tigers? Actually, you have my permission to kill this one. Where are you going? Oh, what extraordinary teeth you have!
Well, join me tomorrow when I'll be looking at a bull that's the size of a small elephant. And then early man will be turning it into hamburgers. See you then.
Putrid pirates! Us pirates could be dead hard to understand. Especially for those people we held captive. Arr!
Do they know who I am? Who's in charge here?
Heave to me, hearties!
Are you the man in charge?
That be me, you landlubber!
I'm sorry, what was that?
I am reasonably familiar with pirate parlance. Perhaps I could translate.
Proceed.
A landlubber basically means someone who is clumsy while aboard a ship.
If that's what you mean, why don't you just speak properly?
Silence! Scurvy knave!
Oh, he's at it again. Translation, please.
Scurvy is a nasty disease you can get at sea, and knave Well, he's basically calling you a villain, sir.
If he wants to call me a scabby villain, why didn't he just say so?
Well, shiver me timbers, I'll have this bilge rat keel haul.
Well, if a ship gets a sudden blast from a cannon, then the wooden masts or timbers are shaken or shivered. It's kind of an expression of surprise. And a bilge is the very bottom of a ship. Dirty, stinking place filled with rats, hence bilge rat.
And keel hauled?
A traditional pirate punishment where your feet are tied and you are dragged under the water, rubbing against the barnacled bottom of the ship. You'd be torn to pieces, sir.
That threat certainly would have had me quaking in my boots. If I'd had any idea what it meant, speak English!
Paul, sew his mouth up.
Translation, please.
Sew his mouth up.
Well, shiver me timbers. I think I've just filled my keel with bilge.
I ain't getting the hang of it, mate.
Hello and welcome to HHTV Sport, bringing you live sport direct from the past. Today, we've got a truly extraordinary sporting spectacle lined up for you, the Pirate Races. To find out more, I hand you over to our commentary team in the Georgian era.
So here we are at the Pirate Racecourse, a recently captured merchant ship.
This promises to be the most amazing race. The riders and their jockeys now taking their positions at the starting line. And here they are, 3 experienced pirate jockeys and 3 captured monks.
Well, as you know, pirates are a twisted lot. They take particular pleasure in tormenting these religious men.
And they're under starters' orders. And they're off!
Well, it's a cracking start to the race.
They're approaching the first obstacle now, which is a board of nails.
This racecourse is a recently captured merchant ship. The merchants have tried to prevent the pirates capturing the ship by putting down a board full of nails right across the deck.
Oh dear, Brother Carlos has trodden on one. Oh, and there goes his vow of silence. That is unfortunate.
Oh, and just look at this. Brother Miguel's jockey is making him drink rum at gunpoint. Is that normal?
I'm afraid so, John. Some pirates like to amuse themselves by forcing monks to get drunk. But this is the first time I've actually seen it used in an actual race. And, yeah, Brother Miguel really feeling the effects of the rum there.
And here's the next obstacle. The merchants have put butter and peas on the deck.
That's to make the deck slippy for the pirates.
And the riders certainly struggling with this one.
Slipping into the lead there is Father Javier.
Lazy mon, come on!
Whose jockey is making judicious use of the Cat O' tails.
Well, that's the pirate's whip of choice. And they're coming up to the finishing line, and it's Father Xavier who wins by a bald head.
And his jockey receives his well-deserved winner's trophy, his to treasure.
No, not for long, John.
Well, that's pirates for you. Back to the studio.
Tall tales, atrocious acts. We gave you all the fearsome facts. The ugly truth.
Can't get enough of horrible histories? Then go to the CBBC website and click on the link. See you there.
The past is no longer a mystery. Hope you enjoyed
Horrible History.